to Shenzhen. Quarterfinals day and just one more quarterfinal to come. And it's another men's doubles. It's the former world champions Hoki and Kobayashi who must reach the final to have any chance of qualifying for the World Tour finals. They're up against the two left-handers from Korea, Jin Yong and So Seung Jae, who are only in their second tournament together. Well, the men's doubles draw, and we're guaranteed a fourth different flag at semi-final stage. The most diverse of all 5 disciplines, with 7 different flags at quarter-final stage, 6 seeds, 3 in each half of the draw. And as you can see, the number 2 seeds, the World Championship silver medalists from last year, Astrup and Rasmussen, have been beaten by last year's beaten finalists Ranki Reddy and Shetty. Of course, if you've been with us, you've watched the 2 quarterfinals in the top half of the draw. So here come the former world champions from Japan, Takuro Hoki and Yugo Kobayashi. Well, even though this is only a second tournament for Jin Yong and So Seung Jae, it's a second meeting between these 2 pairs because they met at the same stage last week at the Kumamoto Masters, the quarter-final stage. And Hoki and Kobayashi won a very, very tight match, 21-18, 29-27. In a match lasting 4 minutes shy of the hour mark.
Right or black? Right? Black for you. Right. Receive.
So the Koreans choose to receive, having won the toss of the coin. They're giving the former world champions both the serve and the choice of ends. Well, this is Jin Yong, who's only 21 years of age, from Nanjing, the south shore of the Bay of Asan, east of the country. Not the tallest of athletes, that equates to 5'7.5". So Seung Jae is currently the double world champion in men's doubles and mixed doubles. In men's doubles with Kim Min Hyuk and mixed doubles with Choi Yu Jung. He's 27 years of age and very recently became a father. Now, both of their matches in 2 straight games. In yesterday's second round match, they beat the winners of the Kumamoto Masters last week, Alfian and Ardianto, coming from 12-16 down in that opening game to win it 22-20 and 21-7 the second game. Yugo Kobayashi is 29 years of age from Yanai in Yamaguchi. And they went up 2 places on the world ranking, having reached the final last week on home soil in Kumamoto. Both 29 years of age, Kobayashi and Hoki. And they are former world number ones from the 20th of September 2022 for 14 weeks. Well, they had a real battle yesterday against Lungor and Vestergaard. 21-19 in the deciding game. So our court officials for our last quarter-final of the day. Su Xiaofeng, our umpire, there he is. And Sarah Shahosani of Austria is the service judge.
can tell you that following Gautama and Isfahani's win, the stakes have just gone up for Hoki and Kobayashi. Now they must win the tournament to qualify for the World Tour finals.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Takuro Hoki and Yugo Kobayashi, Japan. And on my left, Ji-yoon and So Seung-jae, Korea. Takuro Hoki to serve to So Seung-jae. Labo, play.
The former world #1s and former world champions from Japan in the red shirts nearest to us.
Service over.
What do you call that? That's sort of a pink colour, isn't it? It's rather nice. Well, I caught a glimpse of this same encounter last week in Kumamoto, and I thought the Koreans were very, very nervous in the second game, especially Jin Yong. 7 game point opportunities, and I also think, of course, the Japanese pair playing on home soil had the home support, and that may have just carried them home. So I'm going to be very interested to see this week where they're playing on neutral territory, whether it makes a difference.
Clearly,
3-2.
Jin Yong was the more inexperienced of these three.
Service over. 3-0.
Good play by So Seung-jae.
4-3.
Actually been in the final of the China Masters. That was last year in the mixed doubles with Che Yu-jung. Lost out to Sheng Shiwei and Wang Yaxiong, who of course are now the Olympic champions.
5-3.
Japanese coaching bench, Tan Kim-he on the right as we looked at them. Former Malaysian player. Been coaching in Japan for a number of years now, hasn't he, Steen?
Yeah, he has.
He was in India before that.
He's rumoured back to India, but nothing confirmed.
Oh, my goodness. Super play, super commitment from Kobayashi.
Thank you.
Well, I noticed that Hoki is wearing strapping on his right calf muscle again.
Yeah. He started Kumamoto Masters with the same strapping and then it came off. in the final, I suspect. No, not in the final.
Oh, well taken. Oh, that's terrific commitment from the youngster, Jin Yong.
5-6.
Jin Yong has had a good 3 weeks or so, hasn't he? Because he reached the final of the Korean Masters 300 event with Kim Won-ho. Wow.
Service over. 7-5.
Yeah, and we're not really certain of how long this partnership is going to continue. It's said that Kang Min-hyuk is doing military service, and that if he and Seo qualified for the World Tour finals, they wouldn't be able to participate. Well, they don't have to think about that now, because they definitely haven't qualified. But military service in Korea, that's quite a long time as far as I've heard. So this could be perhaps half a year or a full year that they're playing together.
6-7.
We haven't seen the entry lists for the tournaments in January yet. It's going to be interesting to see if it's Jin and Seo playing there.
Play.
Well, a challenge
Kobayashi challenges 4 in.
from Kobayashi. Found the line. Well done, line judge.
1 time is remaining. Service over. 8-6. Play.
Hey, go!
Serve got deflected by the net cord, and that took a bit of pace off it, and it landed short. That's unbelievable.
Service over.
Going for the kill. Jin Yong was just protecting himself by keeping his racket up. And it went over.
Ten, 7.
Just missed it.
Go!
It was a nice idea.
8, 10.
Lucky net cord, for which he immediately apologises. Nice. is absolutely extraordinary. What a cross-court net shot.
And what a contrast in terms of rallies compared to the men's doubles that we
Yes.
just saw.
Absolutely. So 10 all. So it is the two left-handers who have the advantage at the mid-game interval. Just a 1 point advantage. What a good start to this men's doubles quarter-final.
Okay. Next, what's it? 金56啊？对对。对，金56大丈夫ですか？ずれた。こんな無理しなくていいよ。金56大丈夫。
11-10. Play.
So 1 point advantage for the two left-handed Koreans. That's going to go wide. But not for long.
11-0.
I was a little bit concerned there in that interval because Yugo Kobayashi, he was holding his left knee.
He did make a spectacular dive earlier on, didn't he?
And if he's going to hit on that knee, then it would definitely have hurt. Wait.
Brilliant. Right, Koro Hoki.
11. Thank you.
Wow, he was there.
14.
Suo Xiang Jay.
11.
Japanese pair, obviously Takuro Hoki, the preferred front court player. There's not really, the way I see it, a preferred.
12.
Well, maybe there is a preferred one, but there's not really a front court specialist in the Korean pair. It's often been like that. It's more like a sort of hybrid combination. Plays quite well all over the court.
15-12.
Are you thinking in general of the great men's doubles pairs from Korea in the last couple of decades then, or?
No, probably not. I'm probably being selective in the ones that I'm thinking about.
Okay, that's going wide.
Because we have, of course, Lee Young-dae, who clearly was the preferred front court player in basically all of his combinations.
Talking of which, 3 pairs from Korea have won the China Masters men's doubles, and all 3 have been won by Lee Young-dae with 3 different partners.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Has landed in. They're going to challenge that.
Team challenges score is
13 years ago, he won with the late Jung Jae-sung. 11 years ago, Lee Young-dae won with Go Sung-hyun. And 8 years ago, he won with Yu Yong-sung.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Two great front court players from Korea, Lee Young-dae and Park Jo-bong. But apart from that, I think not really specialists, but really, really solid all-around court. And then in the different partnerships, there might be someone who takes a bigger responsibility. I would imagine it'd be Siu here.
Service over. 14-16. Service over. 17-14.
Was that Hoki that hit that? In which case, he hit it with a backhand grip.
He did. I was in doubt as well.
Service over. 15-17.
Well worked by the Koreans.
16-17.
Wide.
Back level.
We've got to be careful now, Hoki and Kobayashi, I think.
Oh, this is extraordinary. 4 straight points and into the lead. The Koreans. That's awfully loose from Hoki, and his backward movement there. It looked very suspect.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with his backward movement in that rally, though.
18. Oh.
Very carefully landing on the left leg, though. Look
I
at
thought
that.
so too.
Yeah. 18 all.
Service over.
That's his second service error.
19.
His first one was on a flick.
18.
It's gone wide. And it is 2 game point opportunities for the 2 left-handers, Jin Yong and So Seung Jae.
Good flick to the forehand side would force Hoki to land on that right leg.
Service over. 19-20.
Second opportunity for the Koreans to close out this opening game. Just wide. And it's 20 all.
20.
And extra points required until there's a clear 2-point winning margin. Did that hit him?
I'm not sure. I couldn't see for Hoki.
So game point now to the Japanese pair. And on a run of 4 straight points. The former world number ones and former world champions Takuro Hoki and Yugo Kobayashi take the opening game 22-20. Opening game in just about 21 minutes.
Then next, last, you want up, anytime here. Korea here, no abunai. No good, no good. Okay. So here, you control. Game okay. Yeah, go higher mind, fighting mind, 大丈夫。
ユーゴが前行っても大丈夫だね、全然。俺も後ろでカバーできるし。
小数でのハーフはドロップあるじゃん。あれをネットとして
その後ちょっと待って。オッケーオッケー。
Next, you stop resist. Timbe, I think boy get push.
オッケー。
Stop, Timbe, boy go. 자, 가.
앞에서 조금 더 내가 움직일 수 있는 상황을 조금 더 적극적으로 하고 조금 더 내가 자신 있는 플레이가 돼야 되는데 그래야지만 내가 조금 더 하이타치를 만들고 공격적인 플레이를 만들 수 있는데 자꾸 잘 쳐놓고 상대방 칠 때까지 기다렸다 하니까 내가 반템포 늦게 잡으니까 자꾸 조금 더 공격적인 연결 하이타치를 나고 눌러놓고도 공격을 만들 수 있는 상황을 자꾸 늦게 된다면 그러니까 자꾸 올라가는 플레이가 돼. 조금 더 신경 쓰고 처음부터
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
So a thrilling opening game with Takuro Hoki and Yugo Kobayashi saving 2 game points and winning on a run of 4 straight points to close out the opening game 22-20. And remember, Hoki and Kobayashi now have to win the tournament if they are to qualify for the end of year finale, the World Tour finals, to be staged here in China in the city of Hangzhou in a couple of weeks' time. Well taken. Coach Han Dong-seong happy with that one, and so he should be. You know, it's only 11 days since his son was born.
Yeah, on the 11th of November.
Yeah.
I've probably only seen him in pictures.
2, 1.
I was just thinking whether they might be a little bit fatigued. This is their 3rd tournament in a row.
Not as a pair.
No, but
both of them
played
yeah.
Korea Masters. first lift was with a lot of height on, and the second was long. So how are they going to cope with that, Jin and Seo, that they have a more difficult task of lifting here? They have a little bit of help in the attack. I think they have an advantage if they can get on the attack. So how are they going to play this? How are they going to take up the battle with, in first hand, Hoki at the front court?
Another one goes long of that back line.
It's over. 4-3.
That's good work by the world champion, So Seung-jae.
4-0. Service over. 5-4.
I think that's only the second point that's been won on serve so far in this second game. Oh, goodness me.
Service over.
Hit the service judge in the face with that attempted defensive shot, Hoki. Immediately apologetic.
Yeah.
Technically, much more difficult to play a forehand neck shot.
From a little below the tape.
Yes.
Yeah. I guess the service situation has become increasingly important here in the second game. Koreans, I would think, have upped their focus a little bit in the service situation. It's not so easy to play it from a defensive perspective early on. With the drift, much more beneficial to be on the attack.
8-7.
Hoki found some perspiration that needed to be mopped off the court.
Thank you.
Well, if I remember correctly, the Koreans were up in the second game when they met last week at the quarterfinal stage in Kumamoto.
Yeah, they were. Before being caught up at 20-all.
Oh, it's just wide.
Service over. 8-10.
Good call, line judge. Oh, that's super defense. Right into the open space. Played with pace.
They were up 10-4 and 14-10 in the second game.
Wow. Yeah, I thought they were up, and it was a comfortable lead.
From 14-10, the Japanese pair took 8 of the next 9 points.
Wow. Well, they have a 2-point advantage, the Korean pair, in the game interval here in the second game.
I did smash that. No, cross to okay. No cross lock.
Nine. Play.
So 11-9, the Koreans lead in the second game, but the Japanese pair took the first. That's landed in. Oh, he's going to challenge that. I saw that as in.
Say most likely in, but I think it was close.
Caught the line.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. 12-9. Play.
I think Hoki and Kobayashi now are falling in the trap of being too content lifting, saying, okay, we're playing up against the drift, so we can actually lift. Yeah, you can, but you shouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, we saw that in the previous match, didn't we, with the Malaysians Go and Izzuddin. Going a little bit passive, a little bit defensive.
13.
Was the Japanese head coach to be on the coaching chair there, next to Tang Kim Ho.
Taking over from Park Ju-bong,
Service over. 14.
coinciding
11.
with his daughter, Ayo Hori, retiring.
Yeah.
She'll be at the World Tour finals. That'll be her last ever event.
15. 11. Service over. 12. 15.
A little risky move there from Jin Yong. Interesting to see if Hoki and Kobayashi will target him a little bit extra here towards the later stage of the second game.
It stayed the Korean side,
13.
and all of a sudden, they're right back in this. Yeah, good interception from Jin Yong.
16. 13. Service over. 14. 16. Service over.
Well, he apologises for hitting his
17.
opponent Hoki,
14.
but in all honesty, that was
Probably lucky.
well, perfect placement, really, and probably lucky. It may well have gone long.
I think so.
Yeah. Opened up their 4-point cushion again
18.
that they had at 15-11.
Get ready.
Pushed it wide, 2 points away
19.
from securing this second game. The two left-handers from Korea. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant by the world
20.
champion, So Seung Jae.
14.
And it is 6 game point opportunities to send this to a deciding game. Oh my goodness, came off the frame of the racket.
Service over. 15. 20.
Oh, brilliant net shot. One game all. 21-15, the second game in favour of Jin Yong and So Seung Jae of Korea. And we will be treated to a third and deciding game.
Must have fighting mind. Fighting mind. There you go. You had to do it. Yeah. Next one, you want to lock? Only lock here. Okay. First lock, no. Okay. No, I think some more than body comes and then no menace. You always start like you. So you must put image, image. Every time happy with you. So ask for one chance. No, I think so you happy guy?
easier than you know.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. Final game. Level. Play.
So final game of the last of the quarterfinals, and what a super way to get the third game underway. A flick serve that was unreturnable from So Seung Jae.
Service over. 1, 2.
Well, if the Japanese pair don't get through this quarterfinal, then of course we know the qualifiers for the World Tour finals in the men's doubles.
That's right. Yeah, and I think 10 days ago when they went into these two tournaments in Kumamoto and here in Shenzhen, I don't think they thought too much about World Tour finals. Hoki and Kobayashi, they were number 15 back then, and they needed to go to 7 to qualify.
Yes, because of course the Olympic champions get an invitation into the World Tour finals in Olympic year. And we've had it confirmed that Li Yang, though he's retired, is going to come out of retirement and play the World Tour finals with Wang Qilin.
And that opens perspective for Los Angeles 28 to win 3 consecutive Olympic golds.
Yeah.
That's more difficult than that. Long, grueling qualification. There's no wild cards for reigning Olympic champion.
There have been 2 players, have there not, that have been in 3 consecutive Olympic finals. Lee Chong-wei.
Chong-wei has been in 3 consecutive, that's right.
Yes, and also, of course, Fu Haifeng.
Yeah, because he lost one with
he lost Beijing.
And then he won the next two.
5-3.
It's a little bit, I can't really figure this match out here. It's a little bit back and forth, also in terms of rhythm.
It's going wide.
Service over. 4-5.
Is this rally still going? And he's missed the final kill. Kobayashi.
5-0.
How on earth did he get that back? That's just extraordinary. Played two off the floor. Jin Yong. Ooh, that could have been very nasty.
She's been under fire. The service judge. So, Hosseini. And when you make a save like that, then you just want to win the rally a little bit more. Makes it more valuable.
And it's even tougher for your opponents as well, because
Morally,
yes,
it's devastating.
6-5.
He was lying on the floor, still got it back. He almost had his pillow with him.
Service over. 6-0.
I sit with the feeling that Hoki and Kobayashi, they need a lead of 3, maybe 4 points to stay in this tournament here. When they change ends.
7-6.
or they need to change their tactics from the far side of the court.
Yes, they need to play a lot better. But the way they, the body language and so on, it seems like it's sort of like
Nice.
that they're working mentally to stay focused enough.
Wow.
9-6.
Six of the last 7 points to the Koreans. That's gone way long.
10-6.
7 of the last 8 points.
Yeah, they played last match 3 consecutive days in a row, Hoki and Kobayashi. I think it was the match on Wednesday that didn't start until midnight.
Oh, it's gone wide. And from a 3-5 deficit to an 11-6 lead. And I wonder if that might just be the decisive passage of play in favour of the Koreans.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Well, the first thing that the number 8 seeds, Hoki and Kobayashi, need to do is stop this run of points. 8 of the last 9 points to the Koreans. Make that 9 of the last 10 points.
12-6.
Yeah, he's not happy with himself there. Little stamp of the foot.
7-12.
Second, rather big miss from Seal.
How quickly things turn around.
Service over.
After those 3 rallies there, if he'd been a footballer, Seo Sung-jae, that would be when he could see his teammates start warming up on the sideline for substitutions. He's got to get back.
Service over. 10-13.
Oh, my goodness me, that return of serve.
Service over. 14-10.
Well, you said he needed to get back, and certainly in that rally, Seo Sung-jae
He made the difference.
made a big difference.
Played that creative shot from just above the floor.
Service over. 11-15.
Did you just tell me, Steen, that the Japanese pair in the second game last week, when these two pairs met, were 10-14 down?
They were 10-14 down and then went to being up 18-15. Then they were caught up and facing game points.
11.
But they looked much more fired up and supported by the audience back then.
Yes, exactly.
The way I see it here, we're looking at least 3 players that are sort of giving
Service over.
what's left in the tank.
12-17.
Switching between playing brilliant shots and the opposite.
Time is running out for the Japanese pair.
18.
Not only in this quarter-final, but their chances of qualifying for the World Tour finals in a couple of weeks are seeping away.
Service over. 13-18.
Just wide. 2 points away. Jin Yong and So Seung Jae
13.
are placed in the semi-final in only their second ever tournament together. Missed it. Match point opportunities for the Koreans, Jin Yong and So Seung Jae.
13.
That's a lovely block. Missed it.
Service over. 14-20.
Second match point for the Koreans. It's going wide, and this time they convert. 21-14 in the deciding game in a match just 2 minutes shy of the hour mark. And with the victory for Jin Yong and So Seung Jae, the chances of Hoki and Kobayashi participating in the World Tour finals are over. The remaining 2 places will go to the Malaysians, Aaron Char and So Wee-ik, and of course the semi-finalists that we will see tomorrow, which is Gautama and Isfahani. We'll confirm all of the qualifiers a little later on, but let's just celebrate the victory by this new Korean pair. Absolutely superb. Coming from a game down at the final rally. And the delights that in the 2 tournaments that they've played so far. Last week they were quarterfinalists, lost to their opponents of today. This week they beat them and they're into the semi-final. 2022, 21-15, 21-14 in the deciding game in a match just shy of the hour mark, 2 minutes shy of the hour mark. So that concludes quarterfinals for today. Semi-finals tomorrow. We're down to 1 court, so all 10 semi-finals over 2 sessions. The first session, 10 a.m. local time, 0200 GMT. I'll be back for the second session at 5 p.m. local time, 0900 GMT. So in the meantime, until semi-finals tomorrow, from all of us here and especially from Steve Pedersen and myself, Jill Clark, bye for now.